All right, so the bestarc sent me out this little plasma cutter, and they wanted me to do a little review on this to see how this thing works. So we're gonna plug this baby in, see if we can cut some metal. Let's see how this little bugger works. Look at that little baby. If it cuts good, it'll be nice because it's light. Like that. All right, let's hook it up. It's pretty self-explanatory. Actually, going into the directions and actually like really reading directions, but looks like this is pretty simple. That plugs in there. Looks like you got your little hot lead here. It's like crazy to think that this thing is gonna cut any metal because it's so little. I mean, look at this little wire, right? But the thing about them is they have such an insane inverter system in these things anymore that they store so much power inside the machine that's what makes them work good. Anyway, here's our little ground. I mean, it's pretty simple so far. Like, I just hooked it up in a matter of 30 seconds. So there's your ground. Now let's get some power and see if it works. And air. I need air too. Okay, let's plug this thing in. I got some air here. We got a couple of different pieces of plate for the machine. I think I got some 10 gauge, some 20 gauge, and some 1/4 and 3/8. I don't even know what the capability of this machine is. I didn't read the directions. Turn it on. There we go. Got power. Ooh, look at that little setup. Oh yeah. That's kicking it right there. And we got our PSI here, so if you want to crank up. Looks like the air pressure is turned up pretty far right now. It feels like it's cranked all the way up, which is probably what we're gonna need for what we're doing here. We're gonna start this thing at 50. It looks like you can turn it down to 15, but I'm gonna run it full blast because we're on 220. You can run it 220 or 110. But we're gonna run this thing on 220, see what it does. See if we can get any love out of it. Okay. Like I said, these things will surprise you because of the inverters that are in the machine. They're pretty badass. So we'll start off with this. This is a piece of, I believe this is a piece of 20 gauge. It has a little drag tip on it, so you can drag it, it looks like. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Cut right through that thing pretty fast. That's that right there is pretty thin though. It's like 20 gauge. This is a piece of 10 gauge. Let's see what it does on 10. For a shop, so far for in your shop, I think it's pretty good. Like, to cut through that, it seems pretty good. This is a piece of 1/4 now. It's a lot thicker. We're gonna probably have to go a lot slower. I'm not complaining about that. It's a piece of 1/4 inch and it whacked right through it pretty fast. We're gonna jump up to a piece of 3/8, probably real close to the same, width as that, say 2 inch. I mean, if you're in a shop, this is gonna cover all your bases for just general stuff in the shop. It's handy, it's light, the end on it moves around good. I'm not really sure like on consumables yet, They do give you a little bag of consumables here, but I would imagine through their company you could probably order, and I would order a bunch of tips. Feels like the machine actually is going to do, it does really good. Bestarc.